Okay, so at Crown Jewel, we're having two champions face each other to get the Super Mega Ultra title, which I'll be honest, it looks gaudy and hideous. So I figured, in the spirit of that, as well as Survivor Series only being brand versus brand, I figured why not have the other champions face each other? Now, of course, if you're new to this, yes, this is me talking. This is an Excel spreadsheet. That's what you'll be looking at. I'm going to go through this and kind of rank, who is better at one thing or the other. And as always, even though someone might get the X in their spot, doesn't mean the other person is horrible, just that the person who gets the X is better at it. And as always, even if someone ends up getting the most amount, doesn't necessarily mean they're going to win. Professional wrestling is very much related to how the crowd interacts and how all these different things go together. You might notice how they have physical attributes as well as in-ring ability, and then finish it off with overall psychology. Let's get right into this. We have Braun Breaker and L.A. Knight. Yeah, I had to put that there because whenever you say the first syllables, you end up with that last one. Strength. I don't think anyone's gonna comment about this, but definitely, even though LA Knight, big dude, jack dude, looks like $1,000,000. The things we've seen Braun Breaker do are just absolutely insane. He is truly a genetic freak. Let's run in the family. Speed, same thing. If you watch him hit the ropes, there were times, I think it was in NXT, he hit the ropes so hard, you actually watch the ring kind of shift a little bit. And that's just absolutely incredible. Endurance. I'm giving it to LA Knight for this one. Primarily because Braun hasn't really had long matches. Still very young in his career. Some of this ends up being just where they are in their career. I definitely do it LA Knight. LA Knight's been in deeper water a lot more than Braun has been. Toughness. I go back and forth on this one. LA Knight did end up having the matches with Bray Wyatt where they were, I think it was like it was a Mountain Dew style match where they did black lights and it was hardcore style matches, and those are pretty intense. However, I'm going to give it to Braun Breaker. A couple things. One, he was in War Games, and two, when he was part of the Alpha Dogs, he was bouncing off of the ropes, hit the ropes so fast he actually got his head in between the top rope and the middle rope, and actually whiplashed himself and then kept on going. Kind of rung his bell, but I think whenever you have something like that happen, you definitely have a high level of toughness. Striking. I'm sorry. You've got that amazing drop kick. You also have that incredible spear. He just has a fantastic striking game. Grappling. Same thing here. Whether you're looking at his gorilla press slam, some of the suplexes he throws out there. Again, I mean, he just has this fantastic overall move set. Submissions. I don't know if this guy, Braun Breaker, has just had, I don't know, like a dad or an uncle who's really helped shown him the ropes on different things to do, whether it's, an incredible clothesline or it's suplexes or it's, a phenomenal variation on the camel clutch. It's almost like he's reclining with the guy. He just has this incredible move set. High flying. Also giving this one to Braun. We've seen him leave his feet quite a bit. He has an amazing Frankensteiner. You're probably thinking, but LA Knight does that stuff too. Yes, the ability he has where he actually jumps pretty much onto the middle, if not top rope, then deliver a suplex, very impressive. But we're not seeing him bust out Frankensteiners. We're not seeing him do lots of dives. But LA Knight's at a point in his career he doesn't need to do all of those things. Now we're getting into the psychology side of things. You know, hear me out on this, hear me out on this. Braun Breaker functionally has been the Rocket Man from NXT to the main roster. LA Knight, yeah, did such a fantastic job really getting over with the crowd. You hear how much he's able to just bring the crowd along, and that's what propelled him to where he is as, your upper mid card champion. Ring psychology. Braun's getting there. LA Knight is having. I think he's gotten edged out just a little bit there. And I think some of that too is Braun's still really early in his career. He will get there. When you watch his match with Jey Uso recently, and he had Jay in the ropes, and he did the yeet. It's like those are the little things. Braun has got the moves down. It's just doing those little tweaks here and there. And those are things that LA Knight has done a fantastic job with. Whether it's, having somebody down on the mat, and then, I'm going to do an elbow drop, but first, I'm going to get the crowd involved in this. I'm going to do my LA Knight. Yeah, we'll hit the jumping elbow. Those sorts of things really go a long way. And with mic work, yes, people do complain that LA Knight functionally is a throwback or plagiarizing, depending on who you listen to, of The Rock and Stone Cold. But let's be honest, if you're going to emulate a lot of what you do, why wouldn't you pick like the number one and number two of an entire era and go with that? I mean, nothing wrong with that. He's got incredible mic work. He's originally brought in to be a mouthpiece because Vince's like, he's too old. And it's like, no, he's seasoned. He's a fantastic in-ring competitor. He's seasoned his character. He knows exactly what he needs to do. If you watch his TNA stuff, he was with Eli Drake. Well, wait a minute. Eli Drake works with L.A. Knight. Or if you watch his stuff in NWA, it's fantastic. He knows who he is, and he's fantastic at it. I think just Braun is an absolute physical anomaly. He technically was like born and bred for this industry. Probably one of the best generational talents, just when it comes to where he is so early in his career and how much success he has had. If you're only seeing on the main roster, go back and watch his NXT stuff. Watch some of his earlier matches, and you can tell you kind of go, yeah, it's there. But then when you watch him be NXT champion, and then unify the NXT and NXT UK titles, you see him have his matches with like Gunther and all that. You see him work all these different opponents, and it's like, you really get to watch the forging process, going from the raw material that he was then to where he is now, and thinking where he's going to be in the future. It's insane. And I think that he has the proper move set and the proper mindset to go incredibly far in the WWE. Not taking anything away from LA Knight, I think he is an amazing competitor. He was easily one of the best things to watch during the original Lightning One era for NWA, as well as the work he did in TNA. Incredible. People go, man, why is this guy not on the E? He gets to these people like, man, why is he not a champion? Now he is. But I think if you put these two guys in the ring together, I think, the vast majority of the time, Braun just eats him alive. And with the way they bill Braun and just book him, Braun is an absolute just nightmare in the ring.